employees relation, that is a part of the legal and ethical issues in retailing. हम लोगों ने legal और ethical issues तो कर लिए हैं क्लास में सारे points. ये सारे एम्प्लॉयज रिलेशन के टर्म में लीगल एथिकल इश्यूज क्या हैं और रिलेटेड विद द सप्लायर्स एंड रिलेटेड विद द कंपटीशन. तो यहाँ 3-4 और टर्म्स हैं विच इज रिलेटेड विद द लीगल इश्यूज. लीगल और एथिकल इश्यूज क्या है? तो इन दैट टर्म वी वर डिस्कसिंग अबाउट द एम्प्लॉयज रिलेशन. एम्प्लॉयज रिलेशन के बारे में हम लोग पढ़ रहे थे. So we are going to continue with this topic, right? So if we are talking about the employee relation, basically it is talking about the relationship between the employees and the employer. Like wherever you are doing the job, there is some superior people who are basically responsible for hiring the people and who is working as an employee in the organization. Who is the employer? If we are talking about who is the employer, the management person is the employer. The human resource managers are the employer, as well as in short, the company is the employer because they are providing you job. Okay. So in the employee relationship, what is involved? It involves it basically involves with the concern of the relationship between the employers and employees. Okay. And the relationship should be in that way, which is basically contributing for the satisfactory productivity, motivation, and morale. Okay. Essentially, if we are talking about the employees relationship, it is basically useful to resolving the conflict which is arise between the employee relations. Okay. And sometimes the conflict is even responsible for affecting your productivity in the organization, and it is basically affecting the, we can say it is affecting the whole atmosphere, right? If you are doing job, and but if you are not able to, if the environment is not proper, if the relationship with the employer is not proper, obviously it is affecting you in a worse way, and your productivity will be declined. Okay, your potential will be affected, your motivation will be converted into demotivation. Okay, so it is advised that it is provided to supervisors to how to correct the poor performance, okay, and employees misconduct. In short, what I am talking about, that the employee relation is an important aspect for both, for the company, for the organization, as well as for the personal level of the individual. Both is important, right? So if we are talking about to supervisors, what the company is doing, the company has so many rules and policies and the code of conduct, which is for the employees. Like the policies are made for the welfare of the employees, as well as for better understanding the employee. What we have to do, we have to communicate with the employees all the time. And employment से जब आप job कर रहे हैं तो भाई communication होना चाहिए. There should not be miscommunication, but there should be a communication all the time, the proper information flow, and the information मतलब जो होना चाहिए, जितने भी आपके policies से related हो या कुछ भी हो, वो आपके employees तक जाने चाहिए. ठीक है? Information is also provided to employees to assist the correcting the poor performance, and sometimes these policies are not only for the employees' welfare, but it is for improving the quality of the work as well as for improving the standard of the work, right? Like जो employees है उनके पास अगर proper information होगा, so they are able to implement their work in the proper way, and the error will be declined or it will be reduced. ठीक है? साथ साथ में sometimes employees are advised about the applicable regulation. There is a proper regulation system which is required. Proper bargaining agreement should be required. ठीक है? Employees are also advised about their grievances, like if they are suffering from any problem, the grievances जो है उसको solve करने के लिए there are so many things. Like, and there is also a term of the whistleblower who is basically protecting the employees. मतलब whistleblower कौन होते हैं बता देती हूँ. Whistleblowers are those people who are basically doing work secretly in the organization, and their work is to understand that what is wrong going on in the organization. ठीक है? And the person who will start or initiate about the wrong things which is going on in the organization. So they are considered as a whistleblower. First of all, they are quiet. They are basically observing the things, and once they will get so many things, then after that they will try to correct the thing. मतलब वो correct करने की कोशिश करते हैं whistleblower. They will tell about facts that what is going on in the organization. So जो employer और employee जो relations है, that is refers to the communication which takes place between the representative of employers and employee. मतलब क्या timing वाइमिंग का कोई पता? Okay. So employer and employee relation की अगर हम बात करें तो it refers to the communication which takes place between the representative of employers and employee. ठीक है? Okay. What basically what the discussion can be possible between the employers and employee? क्या discussion हो सकता है किसी employers और employee के बीच में? So there are some areas which I even told you in the last class. The first one is the salary. The salary is the thing where the employers and employee will discuss, because everyone has some personal need if that person is doing job. ठीक है? So salary, the amount what the employer is offering and what the negotiation is going on from the employee and employer side. So the salary is the first thing that employer and employee typically discuss about it. Second one is the bonuses. If I am talking about bonus, what is bonus? Bonus is the amount which is given on occasion basis, occasionally, or sometimes it is provided to the employees when the company got a very high or a very large amount of profit if they got. So in that situation, sometimes they are distributing the bonuses among the deserving candidates. The work environment, like where you are working, the work environment is related with the facilities or infrastructure which is provided to the employees. For example, if you're working in an organization, the drinking water facilities, the restroom, the canteen, the beverage, these are some facilities which is provided in the organization, as well as a good harmonious coordination atmosphere should be there. So if there is a harmonious relationship, definitely it will help you to decrease the stress level. But if the environment is not good, if there is a miscommunication, if there is a lack of structure, if there is a rumors and all those things, then definitely it is affecting the working environment. So work environment is also one of the important aspects on which we can say that the employer and employees are basically discussing. Are you all able to understand the words, whatever I am saying right now? समझ में आ रही है सारी चीजें? Everyone, you all are able to get the point? समझ में आ रहे सारे points जितने भी बताया मैंने अभी?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the next one is like the work environment. I told you the next one is that is disputes. Okay, what is the meaning of disputes here? Sometimes the dispute can be arise, that can be related with the work, that can be related with anything, but mostly that can be related with the work. When the disputes arise, it is basically a conflict which is make relationship worse. ठीक है, आपका relationship worse बनाने के लिए dispute is responsible. So if there is a dispute or if there is the disgruntled or कुछ भी गुस्सा, कुछ भी लड़ाई और कुछ भी ऐसा होता है, so in that situation employers and employees are discussing. The grievances, if it is related with any kind of act, if any kind of incident happened, what kind of compensation and grievances, how that is going to compensate. In this topic, even the employers and employee discuss. Health and safety, it is very much important if the company is totally based on the industries or we can say manufacturing. So where the workers are indulged in producing the products. So in that situation, the health and safety of the employees and employers are important. Hours of work, like this is also one of the points. Like if we'll talk about the यहाँ के अगर गवर्नमेंट के हिसाब से देखा जाए, इंडिया के गवर्नमेंट के हिसाब से अगर बात की जाए, तो एवरी पर्सन जो भी एम्प्लॉइज हैं, ईदर दे आर इन द गवर्नमेंट और प्राइवेट जॉब, दे हैव राइट टू डू जॉब ऑफ ओनली 9 आवर्स, यानी 9 घंटे की वो जॉब करने के लिए दे आर अलाउड, नॉट मोर देन दैट. So basically, hours of work matters. Like if the person is only if the person is doing job for 11 or 12 hours and maybe without any extra wages and salary, it is also one of the reasons for dispute. So hours of work matters. Then the production target, like how much the company is going to produce, what is the production target, like 400 quantities in 400 units in one day. So all these things over which the employers are employing are discussing, right? There is the ACAS, that is Advisory Conciliation and Arbitration Service. This is a institution which is set up in 1974. And why it is basically set up? Because to create more harmonious working relation in this country. Which country? India. India के term में बता रही हूँ चीजों को. And what it is basically doing, it is basically negotiates in the dispute between the employers and employees, as well as they are responsible for establishing the code of practice and principles of harmonious relationship. So basically this ACAS was set up in 1974, and this is responsible for setting the so many code of conduct, and they have a policies, rules and regulations which the company have to follow. And why this institution, why this body was established? For creating the more harmonious relationship in the organization of the country. ठीक है? And it has been a tremendously successful in its work. मतलब अगर बात की जाए तो लगभग ये बहुत proper successful रहा ये जो इनका objective था, that was successful. And there are we can say that relatively few major employment relation dispute in this country, because यहाँ पर कुछ अभी भी major employment disputes and that can be obviously possible, but still this ACAS is one of the successful. इनका objective जो था that was basically achieved. ठीक है? Okay, now the next one is okay, high labor turnover. Can anyone tell me that what is the meaning of turnover? Because these all things which we already discussed in the last class, but for a revision purpose I am saying all these things. Can anyone tell me what is the turnover, high labor turnover? Anyone?
मैम जब एम्प्लॉयज बार बार ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को छोड़ के मतलब नए नए एम्प्लॉयज आते रहते हैं, उन्हीं को कहते हैं एम्प्लॉयज.
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. देवराज है ना? टर्न ऑन योर कैमरा एवरीवन. So basically high labor turnover, let me just wait for a minute. Okay, मुझे नहीं पता था. चलो. What is high labor turnover here? It means that when the employees are not happy with the working condition and they are basically in this situation, अगर किसी भी organization का working condition बेहतर नहीं है, better नहीं है, so what will be happen? The employees are going to leave that organization very frequently. यानी बहुत जल्दी जल्दी लोग उनके organization को छोड़ना शुरू कर देंगे. ठीक है? For example, there is a one company ABCD, and if that company is not able to provide proper salary, if they are not able to provide there is a no code of conduct, there is a lot of discrimination. So in that situation, the people will be happy. ठीक है? And if the people are unhappy, they will look for another job opportunity, and once they will get it, then definitely they will leave the organization, right? So if the labor turnover is very high, it means what will be happen in that situation? Like all the time you have to focus on the new employee, and if you will hire the new employees, you have to provide them training, you have to provide them you have to make him or her familiar with the organization, and it is a very hectic job as well as it is a very time consuming thing. ठीक है? फिर नए नए लोगों के साथ वापस से एडजस्ट करना कंपनी के लिए, that is difficult, as well as it is going to affect the productivity of the whole organization. ठीक है? So sometimes the people are very much frustrated from the organization that they started taking leave, मतलब छुट्टियां लेना वो शुरू कर देते हैं. ठीक है? These are the indication of the bad health of the organization. ठीक है? So it may be occur in the form of the slackness by individual, poor working, deliberate time wasting, and sometimes if the people are not motivated, if they are not leaving the organization, they will decrease their potential and they will decrease their focus toward their work. ठीक है? So this is something which the company need to show concern. ठीक है? So for decreasing or minimizing the high turnover, labor turnover, what the company can do, they can provide the better working environment. There is a properly code of conduct and policies like that is equal for each and every people in the organization. ठीक है? The salary as well as the the dispute salary should be provided on time, as well as जो dispute है that should be जितनी जल्दी उसको आप खत्म कर दो और मतलब बोल सकते हैं minimize करो, that is better. ठीक है, just try to make the coordinated and the harmonious relation. ठीक है. So sometime because of these things, because of the unfair things going on in the organization, there are some unions which is voluntarily. ठीक है, यानी कुछ यूनियंस जो होते हैं, संघ जिसको हिंदी में कहते हैं, वो अपने आप फॉर्म हो जाते हैं. जैसे मैंने आप लोग को एग्जाम्पल में बताया था कि जब आप कुर्जी मोड़ की तरफ से जाएंगे तो वहाँ बाटा की फैक्ट्री है, जस्ट उसके बगल में बाटा की फैक्ट्री आउटलेट है, और उसके इधर बगल में आप देखिएगा तो बाटा वर्स ट्रेड यूनियन का ऑफिस है. ठीक है, तो जो ट्रेड यूनियन होता है दैट इज बेसिकली नेवर मेड बाय द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, बट इट इज मेड वॉलंटरली बाय द वर्कर्स. व्हाई? बिकॉज टू निगोशिएट एंड बार्गेन विद द पीपल. निगोशिएशन के लिए और लोगों निगोशिएशन के लिए कंपनी के साथ, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ बार्गेन करने के लिए इसको फॉर्म किया जाता है. Sometimes when the exploitation and unfair things are basically increasing, then these trade unions are taking steps from their side. अपने तरफ से वो कुछ steps ले लेते हैं. What kind of steps they are basically taking? Like they are basically indulgent, strike कर देना, work को बंद कर देना, machines jam कर देना. So these are the things that trade unions are doing. So there are number of forms for organized trade union. एक्शन क्या क्या चीजें हैं यहाँ पर मैंने बताया था आपको. तो यहाँ पर है विड्रॉल ऑफ गुडविल. ठीक है, द वर्क प्रोडक्टिविटी विल बी अफेक्टेड. वर्किंग strictly to rules set out in the work rule books, they will start doing that. Refusing to work overtime, they will stop doing job for long time, मतलब लंबे समय तक काम करने, overtime के लिए मना करेंगे. Going on a strike, strike कर देना यानी कि फैक्ट्री में किसी का भी काम नहीं करना. ठीक है, so all these things are basically forms of organized trade union action. So these are the actions which can be taken by the trade union. ठीक है, okay, so let's move towards all of these actions are undesirable. Obviously it is somehow affecting the organization. How it is going to affect the organization? If there is a strike, definitely if no one is working, that is going to affect the overall productivity of the organization. The production will be almost stopped. ठीक है, so that will affect your profit. Second thing, it is going to harm employment prospects. If so many people leave at one time and so many people start doing this, they will indulge in the strike work. So definitely there will be a unity which is going to affect the organization. Like that can reduce wages of employees, as well as they can cause the problem of the customers and economy as a whole. For example, if there is a strike from any of the organization, it's not about trade union. If the bankers are doing the strike, it is going to affect the whole people, whole customers. So in short, it is very much unhealthy if the organization is doing unfair things, but still because of it is going to affect the customers and economy as a whole. Okay. So these actions are totally undesirable. I guess these points are clear. High labor turnover. Clear हो गया? यहाँ तक सबको समझ में आ गया जो points बताया मैंने अभी? These points are clear to all of you? Everyone?
Yes, ma'am, clear.
Okay. So that is one of the reasons that we need to create a harmonious relationship in workplace for benefit of all concerned. ठीक है? So ACS is basically concerned toward the good practice and model of the harmonious working practice. ठीक है? अब ट्रेड यूनियन जो है मैं आप लोगों को बता दूं, ट्रेड यूनियन इज अ पार्ट ऑफ द प्रेशर ग्रुप. आप लोगों ने सुना जब आप लोगों ने 6th to 10th के बीच में जब आप लोगों ने पढ़ा होगा पॉलिटिकल सिविक्स जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं, तो उस समय आप लोगों ने ये पढ़ा होगा कि प्रेशर ग्रुप. So basically pressure group is allowed according to the constitution, because if you are basically made any organization or association for saving the interest of the public in large, so that is allowed by the constitution. So trade union is a legal organization. So don't think that it cannot be formed. Yes, it can be formed. चलिए, so ACS जो है वो आपका basically कह सकते हैं कि this is because to minimize this high labor turnover and for minimize the declining of the productivity, the ACS is working and they just want to promote the harmonious relationship in the working place. Okay, so careers in retailing we already discussed in the last class. Careers in retailing was done. Careers in retailing was done now. Careers in retailing is related with like the store manager, visual merchandiser, logistics. These points are done, I guess, right? So careers in retailing मतलब कि क्या क्या career है retailing में? We already discussed this point. I'm asking something. We discussed ना. Anyone have any doubt in this topic? This high turnover, ये employees relation is clear?
Yes, ma'am, clear.
And what about the careers in retailing? That is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's move towards some of the, we are on that topic only, careers in retailing, but we discussed about the major type of careers which is available in the retailing sector, like sales executive job, store manager, visual merchandiser, as well as there is logistics job. So I guess these points are clear to all of you, right? Okay. So let's start with the careers in retailing. थोड़ा सा बुक से कर लेते हैं what it is saying basically. अगर हम बात करें रिटेल इंडस्ट्रीज की, so it is a one of the growing बोल सकते हैं ग्रोइंग सेक्टर है वो इंडिया में और बहुत ही ज्यादा ग्रो कर। अगर आप पटना का भी एग्जांपल देखें तो देख ही रहे हैं आप लोग कि आए दिन अगर मैं 10 साल पहले से पटना को कंपेयर करूं तो नाउ वी हैव ऑप्शन ऑफ ऑलमोस्ट एवरी ब्रांड. ट्रू, either that is related with the apparel and clothes or related with the food. So लगभग हर एक ब्रांड, हर एक तरीके का स्टोर, रिटेल स्टोर जो है यहाँ पर अवेलेबल. ठीक है, दिस इज बिकॉज एज देयर आर, तो जब तक आपके इंडस्ट्रीज हैं, जब तक आपके बायर्स हैं, तो रिटेल सेक्टर कभी भी खत्म नहीं हो सकता, बिकॉज रिटेल सेक्टर दैट इज वन ऑफ द मेजर और इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ द सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट. ठीक है, इंडियन सिटीजन्स आर इंक्रीजिंग. So that's why obviously the buying and even the affordability is also increasing. Affordability आपका increase हो रहा है, number of consumers increase हो रहा है, आपका income level increase हो रहा है, मतलब affordability तभी increase हो रहा है. तो ऐसे situation में the people are moving toward the organized retail sector. That is truth. But still, if we are in India, there is 94% unorganized retail sector. If we are talking about the jobs and options, we already discussed there are so many jobs and options in the retail sector. अगर हम बात करें सिर्फ रिटेल सेक्टर में करियर बनाने की, so it is not very much difficult to enter in the retail sector. And even the what basically required for the education which is required for entering in the retail sector, that is also not very much high eligibility criteria set up. ठीक है, for the sales executive, even the 12th pass and graduate people are also getting chances to get the job of the sales executive, right? As well as for, yes, but if we are talking about the policy makers, if we are talking about the store managers, for that sometimes post graduation and with experience is required. ठीक है, लेकिन to enter in the retail sector it is not very difficult as like enter into the civil job, right? तो यहाँ पर अगर हम बात करें आपके करियर की, तो यहाँ पर रिटेलिंग में आपके आजकल बहुत सारे जॉब, जितनी ज्यादा ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर का नंबर इंक्रीज होगा उतना ज्यादा जॉब की अपॉर्चुनिटी भी इंक्रीज होगी. ठीक है, द नंबर ऑफ क्वालिफाइड प्रोफेशनल्स आर रिक्वायर्ड बट द एंट्री इज नॉट वेरी मच डिफिकल्ट. ठीक है, sometimes for the store manager there is a eligibility criteria that the person have to be MBA qualified in retailing. ठीक है, MBA होना चाहिए रिटेलिंग में. So that person is basically preferred over the other candidate or other employee. ठीक है, the primary reason जो है अगर हम बोले changing scenario का इंडिया में, so that is because of the entering of the mall, departmental stores, and even if we are watching the unorganized sector, so now they are even trying to become an organized sector. ठीक है, तब देखिएगा कभी भी कोई नया स्टोर ओपन होगा, so that is not open in a conventional way. जैसे छोटी मोटी गुमटियां पहले होती थी, छोटे मोटे स्टोर होते हैं, वैसे स्टोर आजकल कम होकर के नए स्टोर जो है वो बहुत ऑर्गेनाइज्ड वे में ओपन हो रहे हैं, है ना? So somehow it is basically changing the scenario, the number increasing of the foreign direct investment, increasing of the number of malls in India, increasing the number of departmental stores in India. So, and for this, they required a trained and qualified staff, because nowadays they are giving the preferences to the services as well. In organized sector हमें services भी उनको दिलवाना है, provide कराना है customers को, तो ऐसे situation में qualified knowledgeable लोगों की requirement भी increase हो रही है. ठीक है. When hiring retail staff in India, we have to be something in our mind. When we are hiring the people, we have to concern towards some of the basic points. ठीक है, and what attributes are required if we are hiring the people in the retail sector. यानी क्या क्या attributes जो है वो required होगा अगर हम हायर करते हैं किसी भी पर्सन को. तो ठीक है, अभी अगर मैं एक ऑर्गेनाइज्ड रिटेल सेक्टर की बात करूं तो इन अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड रिटेल सेक्टर तो अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड रिटेल सेक्टर की अगर मैं बात करूं तो अगर आप अपने घर के आस किसी भी छोटे मोटे जनरल स्टोर में जाते हैं तो वहां आपको हेल्पिंग बॉय के रूप में एक लड़का या कोई भी वहां पर रहेगा. ही इज बेसिकली रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर गिविंग द थिंग्स, ही इज वेइंग, ही इज टेकिंग द मनी. आप लोगों ने देखा होगा. But do you know that what kind of situation he or she is facing? Sometimes they're not getting salary on time. Sometimes their amount is deducted when he or she is taking the leave. So this is a informal type of job which the unorganized sector is providing. But when the organized sector we are talking, some organized sector are basically a company. It's not a retail only, but it is basically registered as a company. So they are following the protocols which is there in the company, right? And they are taking some basic things in concern where when they are hiring the people. कुछ चीजों को वो concern करते हैं, कुछ चीजों पे वो focus करते हैं जब वो hiring करते हैं. वो क्या क्या चीजें हैं? First of all, communication skill. Okay, what is the meaning of communication skill? Communication skill is related at how you are speaking either Hindi or English. That should be in the proper way. Sometimes the employees are basically given some phrases. कुछ phrases दिए जाते हैं उनको कि आप इस phrase को use कीजिए when you are talking to the customer, right? So we cannot talk like hi क्या हाल है. This is not the right way if the person is communicating with the customer. So communication should be clear, that should be precise, that should be in short, as well as the relevant things the salesperson is speaking. So communication skill, but nowadays the communication skill में English को ज़्यादा prefer, basically English को बोला जाता है, English को preference मिलता है. So communication skill जो होना चाहिए वो better होना चाहिए. Ability to communication का मतलब सिर्फ languages पे नहीं है. It's about that how you are providing the messages to the customer, how you are basically talking to that person, how you are presenting yourself, how you are speaking with them. Right? So communication skill को देखना बहुत जरूरी है कि that the person is able to handle the customer or not. ठीक है. Second one is ability to speak in Hindi and good English speaking skill. See, we all know that in India we have a mixed type of population. So many people are not able to speak Hindi or English because they are living in the remote areas or in that state where these languages are not preferred, right? They are using their local languages. Sometimes the people are like those who are only knows English. Some people only knows Hindi. So it is very much required that if you are dealing with the customers are able to get your point. ठीक है. So basic 2 languages at least आपको आनी चाहिए, fluency होनी चाहिए. अगर आप English में बात करें तो that should be in the proper way. ठीक है, proper communication होनी चाहिए. Good English speaking people are preferred sometime in the retail. Friendly personality. See, if you are very much rude with the people, definitely they will not feel comfortable with you. They will feel negativity and maybe they will stop asking the question. There should be a friendly personality which is showing your willingness towards that you are ready to help the people. ठीक है, आपकी एक फ्रेंडली पर्सनालिटी होनी चाहिए जिससे कस्टमर अपनी कंप्लेन और अपनी बात बोल सके. नेक्स्ट वन इज एबिलिटी टू टैकल द ट्रिकी सिचुएशन. What the tricky situation is refers to, like sometimes the disputes which is arise, sometimes some problems can be arise in the retail store. So that person has the ability to हैंडल दो सिचुएशन। ऐसा नहीं हो रहा है कि लड़ाई हो रहा है और लड़ाई को और बढ़ा दिया आपने, नो, जस्ट ट्राई टू हैंडल दो सिचुएशन को हैंडल करना भी आना चाहिए, डिस्प्यूट को रिजॉल्व करना भी आना चाहिए एट द टाइम, ठीक है। और जो भी इंसिडेंट जो भी हुआ वो क्यों हुआ उसके रीजन जानना और उसको टैकल करने की क्वालिटी आप में होनी चाहिए। अ गुड टीम मेंबर, see if you are working in the organization, never think that you are the individual person. Yeah, that is truth, that the individual need is always there. Like if I am even doing the job, I have some personal need for it. True, but never think that you are individual person who is doing job there. Just try to collaborate with the people over in that retail store. Just try to do the job in the teamwork. Teamwork should be required. Respect for the seniors. Whoever is more experienced than you, whoever is more educated than you, and whoever is basically spend more time in that particular retail, that person should be in respectful position, right? तो जो भी juniors या subordinate हैं, they should respect their seniors, ठीक है? Knowledge of the product, that is one of the important thing that sometimes this happened. Like, let me tell you one of the examples. Recently, this has happened with me. Like, I called to the ICICI customer care and I started asking about some of the top points. And one of them, the customer executive से 2-3 बार मेरी बात हुई. एक बार जब मैंने उनसे बात किया, he or she have no idea about that what I am talking about. He said that, ma'am, I just need to confirm, I just need to ask, and he don't have any idea about it. So this is showing the lack of knowledge toward the services what you are providing, ठीक है? So यहाँ पर ये चीज बोला जा रहा है कि अगर आप प्रोडक्ट को सेल कर रहे हैं, कोई भी प्रोडक्ट को सेल करें, इधर यू आर सेलिंग द इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स आइटम, यू आर सेलिंग द लेदर बैग्स, यू आर सेलिंग द steel item, whatever you are selling, you have an idea that what product is, what are the benefits which the customer will get if he or she is purchasing the product. If you don't have knowledge, if you cannot speak about the product, how you are going to persuade them? People is not going to be very happy if you will speak in a polite way. With politeness, the knowledge of the product is also required. On the basis of you are able to persuade the customers, right? Okay. After that, this knowledge of the product, like sometimes if you will see the interview of Byju's. Any one of you? किसने देखा है Byju's का interview? किस तरीके से how they are conducting the interviews? Any one of you? किसी ने भी देखा है Byju's किस तरीके से interview conduct करते हैं? For the BD position, basically a sales position. So how they are conducting the thing? Basically, they are asking that how you are able to sell this hanky, how you are going to sell it. This is the question. All the times they are asking. Why? Because if you don't have a quality of selling the product, you cannot able to do the sales job. Okay. So knowledge of the product is required. The capability of selling the product is required, as well as the family background. That is a thing which when we are hiring the person, we are basically seeing their basically family background, and after that educational background, like what degree he or she have, right? So these things are very much important if we are hiring any people in any of the organization, or as well as if we are talking about the retail, it is important for the retail. Communication skill, ability to speak any Hindi, English language. Nowadays, आप लोगों को मैं बताती हूँ, now Amazon what they started doing. Amazon आजकल that is a part of e-commerce. तो उन्होंने अभी recently campaign शुरू किया है, तुम लोग को शायद पता होगा कि now they started selling or delivering the product to the remote areas, and those remote areas where the languages are used, like in Bihar, Bhojpuri is used as a language. In local areas कुछ जगह पे use होता है. So ऐसे situation में they are hiring the people who know Bhojpuri language. So how they, in that situation, they are able to deal with those people. ठीक है? So the languages is important for communication, friendly personality, well groomed. Well groomed means the personality. Like you have a proper personality. It's not about the short height, it's not about the fat. ये सब चीजें के बारे में ये groom of personality नहीं बोल रहे हैं. The way you are representing yourself, the way you are dressing yourself, that is important. ठीक है? So well-groomed personality is required nowadays. Ability of tackle tricky situation. ठीक है? A good team member, respect for the seniors, knowledge for the product, family background, and educational background. So all these things are required to be considered when we are hiring the salesperson. ठीक है? Okay. So there are some, I told you that there are some other kind of career in the retail, that is sales associate, department manager, assistant store manager, customer service representative. Yes, एक मैंने कुछ point नहीं करवाया था, that is customer service representative. Those people who are handling the customer care of the organization or the company or the retail. ठीक है? So customer service representative is the part of that. Okay. What attitude and personality which is required if you are basically hiring the people? So apart from the enthusiastic youth, ठीक है, enthusiastic youth मतलब समझते हो कौन होते हैं? वैसे youth who is very much curious toward doing job. So the freshers, we can say. So apart from the enthusiastic youth, graduate and pleasing personality, good communication skill. So we have to, even we should also see some other qualities. ये सब चीजें तो ठीक हैं, उसके अलावा हमें और भी कुछ qualities देखने की जरूरत है. Like pleasing personality, which means smiling and leaving stress out of the retail outlet. So see, if you are in stress, how you are able to deal with the customers? Not possible. So आपकी pleasing personality के साथ एक smiling face और एक positivity आपके face में दिखनी चाहिए, है ना? अच्छा, पॉजिटिविटी क्या होती है? देव बताओ जरा. Any one of you tell me what is the meaning of positivity? बोलो, what is positivity? देवराज बताना जरा.
मैम जो हमेशा पॉजिटिव रहता हो और हमेशा ऑप्टिमिस्टिक हो, नेगेटिव बातें ना करे जो.
Very good. Yes. So here it is talking about the smiling. If your face will be very much, when you're happy from side, that is going to shown in your face as well, right? So एक pleasing personality के साथ साथ एक smiling face होना चाहिए, और जो चीज ये दिखाए कि you are not in stress, and just try to leave if you have, because human being have that, like stress हमेशा रहता है. If you have that, just try to show that you are leaving the stress out of the retail store. So never try to impact, never try to take those negativity and stress in your working place. ठीक है? Second one is an attitude to help the customers. What I even earlier told you कि आपके अंदर ये चीज दिखनी चाहिए कि आप खुद कस्टमर की हेल्प करना चाहते हो, willingness, right? Next one is a patience. ये सारे कस्टमर सर्विस में हमने पॉइंट कर रखा है. Patience is very much important if you are dealing with a customer. I guess if any one of you did job in the, किसी आप लोग में से किसी ने भी call center में काम किया? Any one of you? Any one of you did job in the call centers for BPO? कभी भी किसी ने भी? No? Okay. So let me tell you about the atmosphere there. So BPO is basically a business process outsourcing. ठीक है? So what is the main thing in BPO कि बहुत सारे इंडिया के बाहर की कंपनीज क्या करती हैं, इंडिया में BPO को ओपन कर देती हैं. क्यों करती हैं मैं बताती हूँ. क्योंकि इंडिया में ह्यूमन जो वर्कफोर्स है, जो ह्यूमन रिसोर्स है, दैट इज इजिली अवेलेबल एंड एट वेरी लो कॉस्ट. So the job in the BPO, if you are doing, the salary which the person will get, it is very low, but the work is very hectic. Like you have to deal with so many customers at the time, like all the time the phone will be ring, you have to just take it. So it is one of the hectic thing. Sometimes the people, basically the customers, they are using the abusive language. ठीक है? So in that situation, if you don't have patience, are you able to tolerate it? क्या लगता है, tolerate कर लेंगे? I'm asking something. Are you that person is able to tolerate those situations? क्लास में पढ़ रहे हो या सो रहे हो सारे?
नो मैम,
No for what?
मैम टॉलरेट नहीं कर पाएंगे.
Exactly. So in that situation, the company, the person is not able to tolerate the things, and it is obviously not right because the customer have no right to speak in that way. But sometimes they are doing such of thing. They will speak a lot. Sometimes they are in the disgruntled stage. Sometimes they are in the frustrated stage, and they are not able to understand that the person who is sitting in front of him, maybe he or she can't able to solve the problem, but still because they are facing the customers, they have to fix all those. बोल सकते हैं ना, बोलते हैं volcano eruption कैसा, ज्वालामुखी फटता है तो क्या situation होता है, the same situation will be happen with those people, the customer care people. So patience is very much required if you are dealing with the customers. You will face multiple, you will face a lot of customers. Everyone have different character, they have different kind of बोल सकते हैं ना mentality, they have different kind of problems. So according to that, they are basically going to speak with you. ठीक है. So patience is very much important. Tolerance, बर्दाश्त करने की क्षमता होनी चाहिए. Patience होनी चाहिए, उनके बातों को पूरा properly सुनिए. Attitude that the customer is always right. Oh, the word is wrong here. That this is not WRITE, RIGHT लिखना. Please cut in the book. That is RIGHT. So attitude ये रखिए कि never show that we are as an organization we are right, but customer is the king of the market. In the modern marketing, the customer is the king of the market. Every market is based on the customer needs. So never show that customer is wrong. If the customer is wrong, the way of solving it, that will be in a different way. We cannot speak with in that same language whatever the customers are using for the organization. True. So always try to show that customer is always right. जो आप provide करें customers को, that should be proper. Knowledge of product being sold, जो भी product sold हुआ उसका knowledge होना चाहिए. Alertness होना चाहिए. If there is a customer, if they want help, just do it ASAP. Not you don't need to show your attitude and वो wait कर रहा है and you are basically ignoring him. Don't do it. Alert होना चाहिए कि customer कौन क्या कर रहा है, किसको क्या product चाहिए. That alertness should be required. ठीक है. I guess these points are clear to all of you. True? Point is clear? Everyone? Now the
Yes,
next point
clear.
is compensation. Next one is compensation. Okay, anyone can tell what is the meaning of compensation? Compensation? Anyone can tell me what is compensation?
मैम कंपनसेशन मतलब मुआवजा होता है, जो जैसे कोई हमारे जो एम्प्लॉय है उनको चोट लग गई या फिर पैर वैर फ्रैक्चर हो गया, मतलब काम करते वक्त, तो उनको हम लोग मुआवजा देते हैं. मतलब
वेरी गुड. So basically the compensation, we can say that how we are providing some additional benefit to the employees in short. ठीक है. With the salary, when we are compensating the employees with the extra benefits. ठीक है. So here there are some points which is under the compensation. The first one is discount on merchandise. See, if the person is doing job in the West, that is a retail store which consists clothes and the other accessories. ठीक है. So just imagine if the person is working in the West side, that person is selling the product. So if they want to purchase product for themselves, so what the company need to provide? The company to provide the discount on the merchandise. This is a kind of perk. ये क्या है? Perk है. This is the additional thing with the salary. ठीक है? Compensation is not a salary. Salary is something that is always fixed. ठीक है? हमेशा fixed रहता है salary. Wages, that is according to the day-to-day work. So discounts on merchandise, it is a low cost perk. Low cost perks वैसे perks जिसके लिए बहुत ज्यादा कंपनी को खर्च करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है. So the first point is discounts on merchandise. So यहाँ जो perk है, that may be the easiest for a retailer to establish. मतलब ये एक ऐसा perk है जो retailer आराम से establish कर सकता है. आप अपने workers को offer कीजिए that the small percentage off. Like earlier when I was doing job in the Vivo mobiles, 20% discount is given to the employees. ठीक है. Like when I purchased one mobile phone of 20,000 rupees, that only cost like 16,000 rupees. So 4,000 rupees was discounted. So discount on merchandise is something basically which is helping the employees to purchase the product in the same retail store where he or she is working. ठीक है, so workers को आप small percentage off, ऐसा नहीं कह रहे हैं यहाँ पर कि आप 80% उनको ऑफ दीजिए, लेकिन small percentage off you can provide to your employees. So that is a perk. Second one is company party. Like if you will get a success, or either if there is a foundation day or something, so you can celebrate or you can give the parties, that is a refreshment for the employees. ठीक है, तो parties में आप क्या कर सकते हो, कहीं holiday पे trip पे ले जाओ, ठीक है, कुछ इन्वेंट्रीज वगैरह भी आप दे सकते हो उनको, अगर चाहो तब गिफ्ट वगैरह भी दे सकते हो. तो बेसिकली यहाँ पर हॉलीडेज वगैरह जो है आप प्लान कर सकते हो, पार्टीज थ्रो कर सकते हो, स्मॉल गैदरिंग कर सकते हो आप, ताकि जो एक रिफ्रेशमेंट मिले और द एम्प्लॉइज आर मोर मोटिवेटेड टुवर्ड द वर्क. बिकॉज अगर आप डे टू डे रूटीन को फॉलो करोगे और 1 महीने तक 5-6 महीने तक यू आर डूइंग द सेम जॉब, तो सम टाइम यू नीड अ ब्रेक, आपको ब्रेक की जरूरत पड़ती है. एंड दिस ब्रेक ऑप्शन कैन बी प्रोवाइडेड बाय द कंपनी एज वेल, फ्रॉम द रिटेल एज वेल. So they can throw the party, they can give a party. Even I can tell you that when I was doing job, our party was organized in the 5-star hotel, Hyatt. So this is the way to motivate the employees to do the job in the better way. Next one is the personal time. You can show the generosity by allowing the parents of work when school is out for the teacher in service or other holidays. Like sometime there is a holidays which is provided on the anniversaries as well as on birthdays. So you can also provide them perks for these things, like they are able to spend their time with their family. ठीक है, so personal time के लिए भी आप कुछ छुट्टी वगैरह additional holidays वगैरह उनको provide कर सकते हो. Personal days should not be confused with a vacation. Vacation एक अलग चीज हो गया, यहाँ पर personal time which is basically showing that आपने parents ऑफ के नाम पे, आपके मतलब अगर फैमिली है तो आपने पेरेंट्स ऑफ दे दिया एक दिन 2 महीने या 3 महीने पर, जहां पर दे कैन एबल टू स्पेंड देयर टाइम विद देयर चिल्ड्रन एंड देयर फैमिली. सो द पर्सनल टाइम, और दिस इज आल्सो वन ऑफ द पार्ट ऑफ द पर्क. सेकंड वन इज इवेंट टिकट. So let me tell you earlier, I am just giving you the example of this because I did work in the industry. So earlier the Vivo was organizing IPL. आप लोगों को कुछ याद है? Vivo was organizing IPL. कुछ पता है आप लोग को इसके बारे में? That Vivo was organizing IPL earlier. नहीं पता? Yes or no? मतलब क्लास में बैठे हो?
मैम पता है मैम.
हाँ. So even I was getting the tickets of that IPL match. ठीक है, जो भी अभी दिल्ली में ऑर्गेनाइज हुआ था तो उसके लिए वो टिकट्स प्रोवाइड करते थे. कुछ ऑर्गेनाइज हुआ था आपके आई गेस पंजाब वाले एरियाज में, तो वहां के लिए टिकट्स दे आर गिविंग. सो लाइक यू कैन प्रोवाइड द इवेंट टिकट्स, you can provide tickets for the movies, you can provide tickets for the, like you can also basically organize a contest वगैरह भी आप करवा सकते हो, जहां पर 3-4 जो एम्प्लॉइज है उनको आपने इवेंट का टिकट दे दिया, स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी का टिकट प्रोवाइड कर दिया. So these are the incentives and these are something which is motivating the employees toward their work, right? Free food option, like in a week you can provide the free food option. Free food मतलब आपने लंच करवा दिया अपने एम्प्लॉइज को. So these are things which is very low cost work, मतलब जहां पर आपको पैसा बहुत एक्सेसिव नहीं खर्च होगा. टाइम ऑफ फॉर चैरिटी, लाइक प्रोवाइडिंग आप स्टाफ को मतलब पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए कि चैरिटी इवेंट में वो पार्टिसिपेट करे. चैरिटी इवेंट, लाइक सम ऑफ द पीपल आर वेरी मच इंडल्ज इन doing charity. Earlier even I was going to the orphanage and teaching the students. So this is a work of charity. ठीक है. So time off for charity, if the person is ready to take 2 or 3 leave for the charity purpose, then just try to provide it. ठीक है. Charity, और इसके अलावा आप ये तो बाहर हुआ कि outside में अगर the person is doing charity or providing the option, giving the holidays, as well as you can also organize the charity work. Like you can, if I'll give the example, the Tech Mahindra, Cognizant, Infosys, they are basically all the time they are doing the charity work, because even the Ratan Tata, he is a philanthropist and he is always doing the charity work. So in short, we can say like time off for the charity. So for the brand equity, for the community, for increasing the brand demand, we can also बोल सकते हैं motivate the staff to participate in the charity event. ठीक है, it will be basically shows the goodwill toward the workers. break room entertainment, like you can also provide the like जैसे आप प्रोवाइड कर सकते हो उनको टेलीविजन और डीवीडी प्लेयर के साथ, ताकि वो मूवीज वगैरह देख सके. पुल टेबल इज देयर. सो इन द आईटी जॉब मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द, आप देखिएगा उनके पास पुल टेबल्स और बैडमिंटन का ऑप्शन दे हैव. दे कैन प्ले द थ्रो बॉल, फुटबॉल. सो दे हैव अ मल्टीपल आउटडोर गेम्स अवेलेबल इन देयर कैंपस. सो द ब्रेक रूम एंटरटेनमेंट इज देयर दैट यू कैन प्रोवाइड. रैंडम एक्ट ऑफ काइंडनेस, लाइक नॉट ऑल पर्क्स नीड टू बी प्लान्ड. मतलब ये सारी चीजें तो प्लान्ड है ना, कि लाइक यू हैव टू प्रोवाइड दीज काइंड्स ऑफ फैसिलिटीज टू द पीपल, टू द एम्प्लॉइज. बट जरूरी नहीं कि हर टाइम आप पर्क को कोई प्लान करके रखो. नॉट पर्क्स नीड टू बी प्लान्ड. अ सिंपल रिकॉग्निशन ऑफ जॉब वेल डन is also helpful for improving the employees morale. Like जरूरी नहीं है कि अगर कोई कॉन्टेस्ट है, कोई ऑर्गेनाइज करे इवेंट, तभी आप अपने एम्प्लॉइज को मोटिवेट करेंगे. अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है कि आपके एम्प्लॉइज बेटर वर्क कर रहे हैं, तो ऑलवेज ट्राई टू मोटिवेट इन स्टोर ओनली. आप अपने स्टोर में भी उनको मोटिवेट कर सकते. गुड जॉब, वेल डन, ठीक है, कीप इट अप. सो लाइक दीज वर्ड्स आर ऑलवेज बूस्ट और मोटिवेट द एम्प्लॉइज एंड boost the employees morale. ठीक है. So this is how these are the compensation, these are the low cost perks. मतलब ये इसमें बहुत ज्यादा कंपनी के खर्च नहीं होते हैं. Now there is something like working condition. What kind of working condition which is required in the organization, in the retail store? We are going to talk about this topic in the next class. After completing this topic, we will move toward the supplier relation. ठीक है, where we are getting the product to sell in our store. ठीक है. So we are going to do that, and then competition relation. Once we'll complete that, then we'll move toward the store layout design. Okay. And most probably, I am just thinking that once the syllabus will be completed, we will move toward the question paper as well. And अगर होगा तो एक एक question daily basis पर भी करते चले जाएंगे. ठीक है. Anyone have any doubt in any of the points? किसी को भी कोई डाउट है या समझ नहीं आया हो? Anyone have any doubt?
No ma'am, no doubt.